When you think of Royal Enfield, the first images that come to mind are of muscular retro classics, heavy metal frames, thumping engines, and motorcycles built for timeless appeal. But the year 2025 has brought an unexpected yet exciting new chapter for the brand. Royal Enfield, known for its dominance in the mid-capacity segment, has now entered the entry-level commuter category with the all-new Royal Enfield 125cc. This isn't just another small-capacity commuter, this is Royal Enfield's attempt to democratize its heritage and open its doors to a whole new generation of riders who always wanted an Enfield but couldn't reach that price point or handle the bulk of larger machines. Today, we're going deep into this motorcycle, covering every aspect of what makes it special, how it performs, its unique design choices, and whether it lives up to the name Royal Enfield at a fraction of the engine size. The Royal Enfield 125cc has been designed from the ground up to embody the company's retro DNA while still being practical for everyday riding. Unlike some entry-level bikes that often compromise heavily on design, this model retains a solid retro charm. At first glance, it looks unmistakably like a Royal Enfield. It has a classic round halogen headlamp with chrome accents, a teardrop-shaped fuel tank with carefully crafted knee recesses, and broad handlebars that give it that timeless stance. The proportions are well balanced and avoid the trap of looking too small or toy-like, which is a common issue with 125cc bikes. Instead, it manages to stand tall, with a road presence that will surprise you for its size. It's clear that Royal Enfield has worked hard to ensure the 125cc carries the same aura that people expect from the brand. Under the skin lies a newly developed 125cc single-cylinder, air-cooled engine tuned for refinement and efficiency but with just enough character to remind you of its lineage. It produces around 11 to 12 horsepower and close to 11 Nm of torque, which may not sound earth-shattering on paper but is competitive within the 125cc commuter class. What makes it different, though, is the way it delivers this power. Rather than being a high-revving machine like some of the Japanese 125s, the Royal Enfield engine is tuned to provide more grunt in the low and mid-range. This gives it strong pull from low speeds, making it effortless to ride in the city and surprisingly stable on short highway runs. You won't be setting speed records, but you'll definitely appreciate the smooth ride and easy-going nature of the motor. Royal Enfield has fitted a 5-speed gearbox that feels slick and predictable, and the clutch is light enough to make daily commuting in traffic painless. Fuel efficiency is another big selling point here, with figures expected around 55 to 60 km per liter. Depending on riding style. That means you get the aura of a Royal Enfield but with running costs similar to mainstream 125cc commuters, a balance that will appeal strongly to students, young professionals, and first-time riders. Comfort and ergonomics have been given just as much thought as design and performance. The riding triangle is upright and neutral, with a wide handlebar that provides good leverage for easy maneuvering through city traffic. The seat is broad and well padded, offering more comfort than typical 125cc bikes, making it suitable even for longer commutes or weekend rides. Royal Enfield has managed to carry over the relaxed touring vibe into this small-capacity motorcycle, which makes it unique in its category. The pillion seat is also generous, with proper grab rails for security, making it a practical choice for riders who often travel with a passenger. In terms of ride quality, the suspension setup is traditional but tuned to match Royal Enfield's comfort-first philosophy. The front has telescopic forks, while the rear gets twin shock absorbers, slightly on the softer side to absorb bumps and potholes effectively. This setup ensures a smooth and stable ride even on less than ideal roads, which is essential for markets where road conditions can vary dramatically. Handling is nimble due to the relatively low weight of the bike, but it still retains a sense of stability thanks to a slightly longer wheelbase compared to its rivals. This balance makes it ideal for both new riders who want confidence and experienced riders who value comfort over razor-sharp agility. Braking duties are handled by a front disc and a rear drum in the base variant, while a higher variant also offers disc brakes at both ends with single-channel ABS. This ensures adequate stopping power for city speeds and a good level of safety. The tires are designed to provide grip in both urban and semi-rural conditions, making the bike versatile for different kinds of use. When it comes to features, the Royal Enfield 125cc does not go overboard with modern gimmicks but instead focuses on essential equipment blended with a retro feel. The instrument cluster is a semi-digital unit, with an analog speedometer taking center stage and a small digital display providing readouts for fuel level, trip meters, and other basics. Royal Enfield has also included its Tripper navigation system on the higher variant, allowing smartphone connectivity for turn-by-turn directions, a feature that sets it apart from most competitors in this segment. The lighting remains conventional with a halogen headlamp, but the tail lamp and indicators use LED technology, striking a balance between tradition and modernity. Design details elevate this motorcycle beyond the level of an ordinary commuter, from the chrome touches on the mirrors and exhaust to the vintage-style badging on the tank. Every element has been carefully curated to give it that unmistakable Royal Enfield flavor. The exhaust note, though much quieter than bigger Enfields, has been tuned to provide a pleasing thump-like tone, giving riders a sense of character even at low speeds. Paint options include traditional shades like classic black, maroon, and a vintage army green, along with a couple of youthful dual-tone options for those who want something a bit more modern. Royal Enfield has clearly targeted both young riders and nostalgic enthusiasts with these choices. Now let's talk about the price, which is one of the most important aspects of this bike. Royal Enfield has positioned the 125cc very strategically to appeal to a mass market. The expected price ranges around 1,10,000 to 1,20,000 rupees ex-showroom, depending on the variant. This makes it more expensive than some other 125cc commuters, but the premium is justified considering the design, comfort, brand image, and unique features it offers. For many buyers, this will be the most affordable way to own a Royal Enfield, and that in itself is a major selling point. The unique selling points of the 2025 Royal Enfield 125cc are clear. First and foremost, it is about accessibility. It allows new riders, younger riders, or those on a budget to step into the Royal Enfield family without the intimidation of a heavy machine or high price tag. Secondly, it stands out in the 125cc category by offering more road presence, comfort, and brand character than almost any rival. While others in this segment focus purely on practicality, Royal Enfield has managed to inject style, heritage, and emotion into a small motorcycle, creating a product that appeals not just to the head but also to the heart. And finally, the blend of retro design with just enough modern touches makes it a timeless motorcycle that doesn't feel outdated or overly futuristic. To wrap it up, the 2025 Royal Enfield 125cc is a bold move by the company that could significantly expand its reach and fan base. It is not just another commuter, it is a statement that even at the entry level, riders deserve something with personality, comfort, and pride of ownership. Whether you're a student looking for your first bike, a daily commuter wanting efficiency with style, or an enthusiast who has always admired Royal Enfield but stayed away because of price or size, this motorcycle is designed with you in mind. It may not have the thunderous power of the larger bullets or classics, but it carries the same soul in a smaller, more accessible package, and that makes it one of the most interesting launches of 2025 in the motorcycle world.